don't agree, it's up to you and me.
It's up to you and me, folks. People that believe in the traditional values. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Old Men in Chairs. This is a Sunday morning, and I may have mentioned before that on Sundays I traditionally go to the Flea Market in my neighboring town of Avon, New York. And oftentimes there I will pick up a CD or two of some artists that I want to know more about. Well, last Sunday I hit the jackpot. A fellow was selling a great big book filled with 30 or more CDs, all country music for $10. Yeah, I couldn't resist that. It's a lifetime of listening pleasure for me, just to familiarize myself with all that music. And I looked through the book, and for some reason, the one that caught my eye was Charley Pride, the fellow on the screen here. I didn't know that much about Charley. After I started listening to the CD, I realized I was familiar with some of his songs. I guess his most famous song is Kiss an Angel Good Morning. I didn't realize that he was the fellow who did Is Anyone Going to San Antone? I know the song, I just didn't connect it up with Charley. There were some other great songs on that CD, which I've been listening to all week long. And I wanted to do a reaction to one of the songs. Charley was the Jackie Robinson of country music. He broke in as a huge star in the late 60s, was named Country Music Entertainer of the Year, I think in 1971. At that time, he was practically the only country music artist that was black. He had a huge impact. He got a fabulous voice. The songs on the album are so well produced. I mean, he had the best of the Nashville Pickers behind him, the orchestration. So the songs are just gorgeous. But I woke up this morning and I thought, I wonder if Charley ever did any patriotic songs. So I did a quick search and I came up with this, America the Great. I had never heard this song before. It was put out by Charley probably, 15 years ago. He passed away December of 2020 at the age of 86. He was a victim of the COVID pandemic. So I listened to this song and I thought, oh my God, this song is so timely to where we are as a country right now with a major decision people are facing as far as who to vote for in less than 2 months.
Washington and Jefferson, I wonder what they'd say if they came back and seen the change in the USA today. Would they be disappointed? Did we let our morals slide? Are we losing family values? Did we push God aside?
I think the answer to those questions is clearly yes. We have lost a great deal of our family values, and we have pushed God aside. Charley's on to something here. Now, he didn't write the song. A couple other fellows did. Boy, does he put it across. And I was reading some of the comments, and people said he was performing this song in concert about 10 years ago, and it was Bring Down the House of patriotic country music fans. I believe Charley lived those values. He grew up on a cotton farm in the Mississippi Delta, and then he loved baseball, great American pastime, and he played in what they called the Negro Leagues back in those days before blacks were allowed into Major League Baseball. Ended up playing for a team up in Montana where you had to work in the strip mine during the day when you weren't playing baseball. And then he got drafted into the Army, and he spent some time in the Army. And that's where he began playing with the music. He was discovered, brought to Nashville. Chet Atkins signed him to a major record deal with RCA, and he became one of the biggest stars in country music. The only artist on RCA at the time that outsold him was Elvis. That's how big this guy was. That's who Charley is. He didn't just sing it, he lived it.
Kennedy and Lincoln, they both gave their lives for us. They would never do away with In God We Trust. Everything's not perfect in our land today. This is still my country, and I'm proud to say we live in America the great. Oh, glory waits for freedom in each and every state. Stand up with each other and fight for what is right, and God will bless America tonight.
Good thing that Charley died and didn't live to see the loss of freedom that we've had since he died in the last 4 or 5 years. Does Old Glory still stand for freedom in every state? No, I don't think so. Some of our blue states have curtailed freedoms drastically. We just saw a law passed in California that says you can't even do parodies on the internet anymore. They're trying to clamp down on the most important freedom we have, which is the freedom of speech. So yes, flag does wave in many of our states, but unfortunately not in all of them. But the message is clear. If you believe in those things, now's the time to stand up and fight for what is right.
And God will bless America tonight. They've taken the Lord's Prayer from the classroom. Are we the only ones to disagree? They took the 10 Commandments from the courthouse. If we don't agree, it's up to you and me.
It's up to you and me, folks. People that believe in the traditional values, the 10 Commandments. One of those, I believe, was do not steal. And yet, in many states and many cities, it seems like it's okay to steal nowadays, as long as you don't steal too much, you know. In California, I think it was up to $1,000 you can steal, and it's not even a crime. You just get a slap on the wrist and go out and do it again. When we lose these foundational rules that society lives by, the result is going to be chaos. A small business can't survive when hundreds of people descend on it and loot everything that they have, and then nothing happens to those people. There's no disincentive to do it again. This is spread all across the country. It's not just a California problem. If you believe that that's wrong, now's the time to stand up.
So if you can't agree with what you hear and what you see, don't leave it up to someone else. It's up to you and me. We live in a free land, so vote for what is right. And maybe if we kneel and pray, He will bless us all tonight. We live in America the great. Oh, glory waits for freedom in each and every state. Stand up with each other and fight for what is right, and God will bless America tonight. And God will bless America tonight.
Beautiful. The production values on every single Charley Pride song that I've ever heard are just amazing. You can hear the harmony, the orchestration, the horns, the bass player is fantastic. Through it all, Charley's voice just shines like a beacon. It's almost like you don't hear anything else. You just hear that voice, that golden voice. So he's telling you like it is, folks. If you care about these values, if you care about your country, if you really believe that America is great, let's make it great again. And I think you know what that means and how to do that. Take some advice from great Charley Pride, who was really a revolutionary figure in our culture, a legend of country music. Thank you, Charley.